call to order the meeting of the Verona Common Council for Monday, November 15th, 2021 at 7 p.m. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Next, we'll have the roll.
Alderperson Touche.
I am here.
Alderperson Cronin.
Present.
Alderperson Helmke.
Present.
Alderperson Hoaxed.
Present.
Alderperson Kempt.
Here.
Alderperson Posey.
Here.
Alderperson Reiki.
Here.
And Alderperson Kimmett is absent and excused.
All right, next we'll move on to item 4, which is public comment. A little more empty than last time. Seeing no public comment, we'll move on to item 5, approval of the minutes from the November 8th, 2021 Common Council meeting. Questions, comments, or motions to approve?
Move approval. Second.
Motion by Alder Kemp, second by Alder Touche. Last chance for corrections. Seeing no corrections, all those in favor of approving the minutes from the November 8th, 2021 Common Council meeting, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no? And that motion passes. Next, we'll move on to item 6, which is mayor's business. I don't have anything. We'll move on to item 7, announcements. Any announcements from the council? Alder Cronin.
I just wanted to share that the Verona Public Library is currently conducting a poll to select a community-wide read, which is a book that the entire community would get a chance to read together, and there will be some events where they could discuss it. So there are 3 choices currently, The Firekeeper's Daughter, The Overstory, and Homeland Elegies. If you happen to be in the library, they have a whiteboard out. You can cast your vote, or if you get the email from the library, there's a survey link that you can go to vote.
Thank you. Any other announcements? Seeing no announcements, we will move on, or seeing no further announcements, we'll move on to item 8, Administrator's Report. Mr. Sayer.
Thank you. The only update tonight is there will not be a meeting next Monday. That's November 22nd. So we're going to cancel the meeting for next Monday. So the next scheduled meeting for the council will be on December 13th. And that's all I have tonight.
All right, we'll move on to item 9, Engineer's Report. Ms. Fisher.
Thank you. I just have brief updates for the East Side Interceptor. That project's in process of wrapping up. I think as we discussed last week, there's a tree planting project that's a Parks Department project that'll occur in the spring. And there are some trees on site right now. For the Lincoln Street Stormwater Facility, the work is close to 90% complete as of last week. The projected completion date is towards the end of the month. The wet pond bottom has been completed and work continues in the area where the water will be diverted. The trees called for in the landscaping plan have been planted and most of the construction fence in Festival Park has been taken down. The structure to divert water into the wet pond will be placed toward the end of this week. And then for Woods at Cathedral Point Phase 2, binder paving and sidewalk was placed last week and restoration is in progress. And for Phase 3, sidewalk was poured last week and binder paving was completed last week as well. Restoration will follow shortly thereafter. And finally, for Morningside Boulevard, asphalt paving has been completed. Topsoil utilities and site restoration are currently in the process of being completed. So with that, I can take any questions.
Thank you. Any questions for Ms. Fisher? Seeing none. Oh, we will turn over to Mr. Jacobson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to provide the council and the public a few updates regarding the refuse and recycling contractor changeout. The route map is being finalized and will be placed on Pelletieri's website. I'm hoping that's up before Thanksgiving. The Pelletieri website is active right now. We will provide a link to that on our website once we have the route map finalized. I don't want to create any confusion for when with Waste Management's information out there and then when Pelletieri's goes live. Our website actually is ready. It's just sitting in the background to basically be updated. So the information that's out there currently will be removed and then the info that we'll have on our website will link right to Pelletieri's. So all the documents will be live on there. So it's actually up. You can Google Pelletieri City of Verona and it'll take you to it. It's a pretty nice website, very clean and user-friendly. The cart deliveries will occur the week of December 13th from Pelletieri, which all information regarding services, collection day, website, contact information will be provided within the cart. And then I'm waiting on confirmation from Waste Management exactly when and how they're going to remove the existing carts. And that'll be information that we will pass on to the press, and then also we'll put on our website and use what other forms of communication we can to at least get the information out there. I'm sure the process is going to go very smoothly, like anything will, and of this magnitude, so cross our fingers, the holidays and snow, so I just wanted to at least give you an update. Things are moving forward. I think we're ahead of schedule, and the information's ready. We'll just go live when the necessary date approaches us.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Jacobson? Seeing none, we'll move on to item 10.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll move on to item 10, committee reports. First up, we have Finance Committee. Alder Kemp.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. There is no, just so everyone knows, there is no payment of the bills this meeting. We did that last week. We just asked all the department heads to stay on the same schedule, so we will be doing that at our next meeting on December 13th. With that, I can move on to resolution, let me pull it up. Oh, the public hearing regarding the adoption of the City of Verona's budget.
Was that a motion to open the public hearing?
Yes. So,
Motion by Alder Kemp, seconded by Alder Touche. All those in favor of opening the public hearing on the 2022 city budget, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And we are in the public hearing at 7:07 PM.
all right.
Anyone from the public wishes?
Yep.
Motion by Alder Touche, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Alder Kemp. All those in favor of closing the public hearing signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And the public hearing is closed at 7:07 PM. Alder Kemp.
Yep. With the closure of the public hearing, I'd like to make a motion regarding adoption of resolution number R-21-048, approving the 2022 City of Verona budget.
Motion by Alder Kemp, is there a second? Seconded by Alder Cronin. Alder Kemp.
Yes, as first of all, just as the chair of the Finance Committee, I'd like to thank a number of people. First of all, Brian and Adam for their hard work and diligence in this process. They've, over the last couple of years, have streamlined that to make it a lot easier for the committee. I'd like to also thank all the department heads and the staff for the City of Verona that have made all their contributions in this process. We usually start in the summer, and then we end right before Thanksgiving, so it's kind of a long process. And then finally, my colleagues on the Finance Committee, Alder Cronin and Alder Posey. It's great working with them on this process every year. But other than that, obviously, we need to pass a budget, and so, you know, the motion stands as it is. For sake of discussion, I can probably pull it up here, just to be very brief. Sorry, I'm working on my phone. There you go. Let's see, there's the memo. Oh, here we go. The proposed 2022 budget includes a 1.38 increase in the amount of levy collected, which will provide a budget increase of $196,221 increase from the 2021 budget. Highlights of the 2022 budget include the following. Budget maintains city service levels, contains no debt borrowing, supports parks improvements, levy funding, use of the fund balance for to 100% of the city street program, and provides a 3% cost of living increase to non-represented employees.
Any questions or comments on the motion? I'll just say one thing, just to kind of echo what Alder Kemp said. Thank you to city staff, especially thank you for getting the no debt borrowing. That's quite the accomplishment. And I know, like I said before, there was probably a lot of people being told no, and I really appreciate it. And I think it's going to put the city in excellent fiscal shape going forward. Any further discussion on the budget? Seeing no further discussion, all those in favor of resolution number R-21-048, approving the 2022 City of Verona budget, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And that motion passes. Alder Kemp.
Yes, next, I'd like to make a motion recommending approval of resolution number R-21-049, approving the levy of the property taxes for city purposes.
And that was a motion to approve the resolution?
Correct, sorry.
Motion by Alder Kemp, is there a second?
Second.
I think Alder Posey had it. Alder Kemp.
Yes, obviously, in order to have this budget, we have to levy taxes. The total levy for the 2022 budget is $14,432,043. So it makes sense to pass this with this meeting.
Questions or comments on the motion? Seeing no further discussion, all those in favor of resolution number R-21-049, approving the levy of property taxes for city purposes, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And that motion passes. Anything further from finance?
Nothing further, thank you.
We'll move on to 10B, which is Public Works, Sewer, and Water Committee. Alder Touche.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Under item 10B1, I'm making a motion to approve project closeout and change order number 1 for project ID 2021-101 Verona Asphaltic Street Rehabilitation Project, not to exceed the add of $51,537.50.
Motion by Alder Touche. Is there a second? Seconded by Alder Hoax. Alder Touche.
I apologize. I also have a deduct of $21,333,089 as well.
That was part of the motion. That was the understanding of the second as well? Okay.
Thank you.
Alder Touche.
Payne and Dolan have successfully completed the Verona Asphaltic Street Rehabilitation Project. All project documentation has been provided by the contractor. Change order number 2 is to rectify as-built quantities for the work required to complete the project, including reductions of certain items, including but not limited to base aggregate dense evacuation, common, and asphaltic pavement milling. The total value of this contract, when everything is done, is $212,376.11.
Thank you for that explanation. Questions or comments on the motion? Seeing no further discussion, all those in favor of the project closeout and change order number 1 for project 2021-101 Verona Asphaltic Street Rehabilitation in the amount specified, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And the motion passes. Alder Touche.
Next up, 10B2, I'm making a motion to approve project closeout and change order number 1 for project ID 2021-102 Pavement Surface Treatment Project with a deduct of $3,151.80, bringing the total value to $186,508.23.
Motion by Alder Touche. Is there a second? Second by Alder Kemp. Alder Touche.
Farner Asphalt Sealers has substantially completed the pavement surface treatment project. All project documentation has been provided by the contractor. Change order number 1 is to rectify as-built quantities for the work required to complete the project, including the reductions of certain items, including but not limited to measured quantities versus planned quantities. Thank you.
Thank you for the explanation. Questions, comments on the motion? Seeing no further discussion, all those in favor of project closeout and change order number 1 for project 2021-102 Pavement Surface Treatment Project in the amount specified, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And the motion passes. Alder Touche.
Next up, item 10B3, I'm making a motion to approve project closeout and change order number 1 for project 2021-104 Verona Pavement Marking Project.
Motion by Alder Touche. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Alder Kemp. Alder Touche.
Brickline has substantially completed the pavement for marking project. All project documentation has been provided by the contractor. Change order number 1, which I'll specify an amount in a little bit, is to rectify as-built quantities for the work required to complete the project, including the addition of certain items, including but not limited to measured quantities versus planned quantities. Change order number 1 is an add of $875.03 with a total value of $37,092.53.
Thank you for that explanation. Questions, comments on this motion? Seeing no discussion, all those in favor of project closeout and change order number 1 for project 2021-104 Verona Pavement Marking Project, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. That motion passes. Alder Touche.
Thank you. Next up, item 10B4. I am making a motion for amendment number 1 with AECom for professional services agreement for project ID 2020-116.2 County Highway M/County Highway PB intersection expansion design not to exceed $158,595.
Motion by Alder
Oh,
Touche.
I apologize, I read this wrong number, too many numbers here. $25,527 is the add for the amendment. Thank you.
Motion by Alder Touche. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Alder Helmke. Alder Touche.
Thank you. Amendment number 1 for the contract at this intersection is due to Wisconsin Department of Transportation project on this highway being delayed. The delay of the Wisconsin DOT project required the city to take on more design elements to ensure construction is completed in 2022 for all necessary transportation improvements at that intersection. Additional traffic control signage and detours, adding turning lanes to northbound off-ramp at the intersection, additional traffic signal design work, and reports to satisfy Wisconsin Department of Transportation requirements at the off-ramp. This will make the total value of the contract increase to $184,122. All money is within our contingency fund.
Thank you for the explanation. Questions, comments on the motion? Seeing none. All those in favor of amendment number 1 with AECom for professional services agreement for project 2020-116.2 County Highway M, County Highway PD intersection expansion design in the amount specified signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, no. And that motion passes. Alder Touche.
Next up, 10B5. I'm making a motion to approve a professional services agreement with AECom for project ID 2021-108, U.S. Highway 18/151, southbound auxiliary lane design, not to exceed $698,742.
Motion by Alder Touche. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Alder Kemp. Alder Touche.
This agreement is for professional services, including but not limited to coordination, design reporting, and design and permitting for future construction of an auxiliary lane on U.S. Highway 18/151. The auxiliary lane will be on the southbound direction between STH, wow, it's a new one, Paoli Street and westbound Verona interchange. The auxiliary lane is necessary to increase traffic flow from the main line on the Highway 18/151 to the off-ramp at West Verona Avenue. The auxiliary lane will create a dedicated exit lane and a shared through exit lane. Just note this is a pass-through cost to another company that's going to cover these costs.
Thank you for that explanation. Questions, comments on the motion? Seeing no further discussion, all those in favor of approving the professional services agreement with AECom for project ID 2021-108 USH 18/151 southbound auxiliary lane design in the amount specified signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. That motion passes. Alder Touche.
Last item, 10B6, I'm making a motion to approve a professional services agreement with AECom for project ID 2021-109, West Side Transportation Impact Study Analysis, not to exceed $754,373.
Motion by Alder Touche. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alder Helmke. Alder Touche.
This agreement is for professional services to complete a traffic study for the western border of the city to determine future transportation improvements. The overall purpose of the study is to determine the roadway configurations and operational improvements required to mitigate future safety and capacity impacts as a result of our growing community. Again, this is another pass-through.
Thank you for the explanation. Questions, comments on this motion? Seeing no further discussion, all those in favor of approving the professional services agreement with AECom for project ID 2021-109 West Side Transportation Impact Analysis Study in the amount specified signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And that motion passes. Anything further from Public Works?
No change, that was the last item.
Excellent. We will move on to item 11, which is new business. First up, we have 11A, which is a discussion and possible action regarding a development/TIF agreement for public improvements for Arrowhead Madison, Inc., located in the Verona Technology Park. Will we need to go into closed session for this one?
Yes, we will.
Okay, is there anything we can say in open session?
I can provide my summary if you'd like that.
That would be great.
Thank you. The city staff continues to work on the development TIF agreements for the Arrowhead project to be located in the Verona Technology Park. Staff is requesting a closed session with the Common Council to discuss the draft agreements. Staff does not anticipate any action following the closed session.
Thank you for that explanation. Any questions or comments before we take a motion to go into closed session? Seeing none, motion to go into closed session would be in order. Alder Kemp.
Yes, I will make a motion to go into closed session. The Common Council may convene in a closed session as authorized by Wisconsin Statute 19.85, parent 1, parent E, for the purpose of deliberating or negotiating the investing of public funds or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. The Common Council may reconvene in open session and take action on the closed session item.
Motion by Alder Kemp. Is there a second? Seconded by Alder Posey. This is, of course, a roll call vote. If Mr. Sayer would be so kind as to read the roll.
Alderperson Posey.
Aye.
Alderperson Rieke.
Aye.
Alderperson Touche.
Aye.
Alderperson Cronin.
Aye.
Alderperson Helmke.
Aye.
Alderperson Hoaxed.
Aye.
Alderperson Kempt.
Aye.
All right, we are in closed session at 7:22 p.m. Down the hall. All right, it is 7:37, and we are back in open session. Any questions or comments on 11A? Seeing no discussion, I'll just provide a very quick summary, is that negotiations are ongoing, and we expect to have an agreement to bring forward publicly at the next city council meeting. With that, we'll move on to item 12, which is adjournment.
I move to adjourn.
Motion by Alder Touche, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Alder Kemp. All those in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And we are adjourned at 7:38 PM. Thank you all.